In Europe, people in Poland face legal challenges not faced by non-LGBT residents. According to ILGA Europe's 2021 report, the status of LGBTQ rights in Poland is the worst among European Union countries. Both male and female same-sex sexual activity have been legal in Poland since 1932, when the country introduced an equal age of consent for homosexuals and heterosexuals, which was set at 15. Poland provides LGBT people with the same rights as heterosexuals in certain areas. Gay and bisexual men are allowed to donate blood. Gays and bisexuals are allowed to serve openly in the Polish armed forces. And transgender people are allowed to change their legal gender following certain requirements, including undergoing hormone replacement therapy. Polish law bans employment discrimination based on sexual orientation. Although such protections may not be effective in practice, no protections for health services, hate crimes and hate speech exist. However, in 2019, the Constitutional Tribunal ruled that the provision of Polish Petty Offence Code, which made it illegal to deny goods and services without a just cause, was unconstitutional. Polish society tends to hold conservative views about issues dealing with LGBT rights. A majority of the Polish population is affiliated with the Catholic Church, and as such, public perception and acceptance of the LGBT community are strongly influenced by Catholic moral doctrines. Article 18 of the Polish Constitution states that marriage, as a union of a man and a woman, shall be placed under the protection and care of the Republic of Poland. According to several jurists, this article bans same-sex marriage. The Supreme Court, the Constitutional Tribunal and the Supreme Administrative Court have ruled that Article 18 of the Constitution limits the institution of marriage to opposite-sex couples, and that the legalization of same-sex marriage would require a constitutional amendment. Poland does not recognize civil unions either, though discussion on this issue is ongoing. While ahead of the 2015 Polish parliamentary election, the ruling Law and Justice Party had taken an anti-migrant stance. And in the run-up to the 2019 Polish parliamentary election, PiS focused on countering alleged Western LGBT ideology, encouraged by national PiS politicians. By April 2020, 100 municipalities, encompassing about a third of the country, informally declared themselves LGBT-free zones. Acceptance for LGBT people in Polish society increased in the 1990s and early 2000s, mainly amongst younger people and those living in larger cities such as Warsaw and Krakow. There is a visible gay scene with clubs all around the country, most of them located in large urban areas. There are also several gay rights organizations, the two biggest ones being the Campaign Against Homophobia in Lambda Warsaw. Opinion polls on the public perception of LGBTQ rights in Poland have been contradictory, with many showing large support for registered partnerships, and some indicating a majority of opponents. The general trend, however, is an increase in the support for registered partnerships and same-sex marriage. Many left-wing and liberal political parties, namely the Democratic Left Alliance, Labour United, the Social Democratic Party, Your Movement, Modern, Together and Spring, have expressed support for the gay rights movement. Individual voices of support can also be found in the center-right civic platform. During the partitions of Poland and the German occupation of Poland, laws prohibiting homosexuality were imposed by the occupying powers. Following World War I, same-sex activity continued to be formally criminalized in now independent Poland. Because the penal codes of the Russian Empire, the Kingdom of Prussia and the Austria-Hungarian Empire remained in power, they mostly criminalized male same-sex acts, though the Austrian code included broader provisions against so-called same-sex fornication, and was also used against women. The new Polish Penal Code of 1932 decriminalized consensual same-sex acts. The age of consent was set to 15, equal to that of heterosexual partners. Homosexual prostitution was legalized in 1969. Homosexuality was removed from the list of diseases in 1991. There is no legal recognition of same-sex couples in Poland. though cohabiting same-sex couples do enjoy certain limited benefits, namely in the tenancy of a shared household, the right not to testify against the partner and residency rights under EU law. Same-sex marriage is not recognized, and Article 18 of the Constitution of Poland states that marriage, being a union of a man and a woman, as well as the family, motherhood and parenthood, shall be placed under the protection and care of the Republic of Poland. This has led to much debate over whether or not it is a definitive ban on same-sex marriage. A ruling in 2019 from an administrative court concluded that the language in Article 18 does not explicitly ban same